Good morning, students. May we all stand for the prayer? I am Roosevelt A. Rosini, your teacher for today. Okay, Junior, please lead the prayer. Thank you so much, Junior. Please go back to your proper seat. How is everybody's day going? I am requesting everyone to please pick up the pieces of paper and brush under your table. Thank you so much. Now let's proceed to checking your attendance. May I request to all group leaders to check the attendance who among their groups are not around. May I request all groups leaders to check the attendance who among their group are not around. Thank you, leaders. All of you now please take your seat because we're gonna start our discussion. But before we proceed to our discussion, let's have a short activity. And before we proceed, here is our class rules. Number 1, listen carefully. And number 2, keep your hands and feet yourself. Number 3, follow the direction. Number 4, raise your hand if you have something to say. Number 3, show respect and kindness to your classmates. Number 6, do your best. Let's have a short activity. And here is our rules of our activity. Okay, now let's start to our activity. So, who can guess of what I acting? Alright, I'm running, that's right. Okay, here's the second one, what I got. Who can guess of what I acting? Alright, that's right, I'm swimming. Okay, here's the third one I got. Who can guess of what I acting? Alright, I'm jumping. Thank you so much. So our topic for today is all about verb. So objective is understand the definition and function of verb. And the second, identify different types of verbs. And the third, use verbs correctly in sentences. So what is verb? A verb is a word that expresses an action, state, or occurrence. So, for example, she is swimming. She is swimming. So the verb is swimming, and the subject is she. And now, here is the types of verb. First one is an action word. So, what is an action word? So, an action word is show physical action. So here is the example. So example, she loved to run in the park every morning. So the action word is run and the subject is she. Okay, thank you so much for your understanding. So now let's proceed to the linking verb. So linking verb is connect the subject to information about the subject. So here is the example. So the example is, she is the teacher. So the linking verb is teacher. And the subject is she. Do you understand? Okay, thank you so much. So now let's proceed to the third types of verb. So the third types of verb is helping verb. So the definition of helping verb is about to combine with main verb to have tense, mode, or voice. So here is the example. So the example is she has finished ed her work. So it means when we add the ed, it will be a past tense. When we put ed in the present tense to this word, it will be called a past tense with ed. So the subject is she. And the helping verb is has. Thank you so much. Now let's proceed to the fourth types of verb. The fourth types of verb is modal verb. So the modal verb is about the express necessity, possibility, permission, and ability. So here's the example of the modal verb. So the example of modal verb is you must finish your work. So the subject is you. And the modal verb is must. It means you must do the things. Much. Do you understand? So now, let's proceed to transitive verb. So the definition of transitive verb is about required a direct object. So here is the example of transitive verb. So the example is she read a book. So it means they direct the transitive verb. So the transitive verb is she read, and the subject is she. Do you understand? Okay, thank you so much. Let's proceed to intransitive verb. So the intransitive verb is an opposite from the transitive verb. So the definition of intransitive verb is do not require any object. So here's the example. So the example of transitive verb is she laughed loudly. So as you can see, they have a difference. So transitive verb is pointing about the subject. So the subject is she, and the transitive verb is read. And now the intransitive verb is, the example is he laughed loudly. So the intransitive is she laughed, and the subject is he. So thank you so much. Do you understand? Okay. Let's continue. Also, here is the regular verb. And the definition of regular verb is about the form their past tense with ed. It means they are using an ed words. So here's the example. So the example is she walked to the store yesterday. So the regular verb is walk because they add an ed. So the subject is she. Do you understand? Okay, class? Let's proceed to irregular verb. So irregular verb is an opposite with regular verb. So regular verb, the definition of this is has unique past tense forms. And now here's the example of irregular verb. So the example is she ate a delicious meal yesterday. So as you can see, they use a word in another term without an ed. So the irregular verb is eat. They use in another term. So the subject is she. So do you understand? Okay, thank you so much. And now let's proceed to phrasal verb. Okay, let's proceed to the phrasal verb. So phrasal verb is formed with the verb and one or more particles, preposition, and verb. So here is the example of phrasal verb. So the example of phrasal verb is, can you please turn off the stove after cooking? So the phrasal verb is turn off and the subject is you. So do you understand? Okay, thank you so much. So now let's proceed to finite verb. So the finite verb, the definition of this is show tense and subject agreement. So here is the example of finite verb. So the example is she write in her notebook. So the finite verb is writes. They add s, and the subject is she. Understand? Okay, thank you so much. Now let's proceed to the next types of verb. So the last type of verb is non-finite verbs. So the non-finite verb is the definition: do not show tense, infinitives, granite particles. So here is the example. So the example is infinitive. It means gagawin pa lang nila. So the giran, eating, it means ginagawa na nila. So the particles eaten, it means nangyari na. Tapos na. Okay? Do you understand? Okay, thank you so much. Let's have a quick recap. So, what is verb? Okay, engineer, what is verb? Okay, thank you so much. So, a verb is a word that expresses an action, state, or occurrence. Okay, can anyone enumerate the 11 types of verb? Okay, Rana. Okay, thank you so much, Rana. So, good job. Who can give me an example of a verb in a sentence and tell us which verb is used? Anyone? Okay, Julie. Thank you so much. In this sentence, what types of verb is used in this sentence? So the first sentence is they use an action verb because the action verb is run and the subject is she. So the second sentence is he is happy. So they use helping verb and the helping verb is and the subject is he. Thank you so much. Do you understand? Okay. So now let's proceed to the third sentence. So the third sentence is it happened. So it means they use an regular verb because they use an ed. So when we use an ed, it means it is a past tense. Okay, do you understand? Okay, thank you so much. Since we are done of our topic for today, let's have a short quiz. So, now, here's the first that you must answer the quiz. So letter A, fill in the blank. So the instruction is each sentence below is missing verb. Choose the correct form of the verb in parentheses to complete each sentence. Pay close attention to the tense, past, present, and future. And subject verb agreement. Let's start to answer the first letter. Okay, are you done? Okay, let's proceed to the letter B. So here is the letter B. The letter B is correct, the verb, and the instruction is some of the verb in the sentence are incorrect. Identify and correct the errors and the verb tense, form, or agreement. Explain your correction if necessary. Okay? Okay, let's start to answer the letter V. Okay, are you finished? Okay, thank you so much. Are you done? Please pass your paper. Okay, that's all for today. Goodbye, class, and see you next meeting.